There's times in Park City, you have the stargazing and the films and the parties and all those people in line. It's the annual Sundance Film Festival, but like everything, right, it's changed. It went online because of the pandemic. And so our Craig Worth says we can at least relive the glitz and glamour on old film. Hi, Craig.
Howdy. Well, yes, the crowds have paused, so we play. With a historic look at the film festival, it's a story that would have made a wonderful film in itself. It's our Worth Watching feature tonight. It is sure an odd feeling in Park City. The Sundance Film Festival is going on, but no bumper-to-bumper traffic. You can even find a parking spot. No line at the Egyptian because it's all online. We just took the crowds of cars and stars for granted. To look at how it all came to be, we rewind the film 42 years. It was called the U.S. Film Festival in its first years. It was founded on a vision to showcase creative independent films of the era.
Coat Hanger Massacre, Scene 24, Take 4.
Oh, and that first film festival of September 6, 1978, well, it had a lot more to do with historic films than with new releases. And that opening night, there was a gala with the governor, and it was free. The festival moved to Park City from Salt Lake in hopes of capturing visitors in the resort town. It was an ambitious undertaking. Who would have even imagined 40,000 visitors would someday crowd into Utah for the festival? Back in those days, one man watched all the submissions and picked the 24 or so films to show.
Basically, I'm a sucker for films that reach me on an emotional or an intellectual level, and that's basically what I'm looking for, something that looks good.
Robert Redford was with it all from the beginning as the festival chairperson. His Sundance Institute rescued the fledgling festival in 1985. A staff of 13 conducted the festival in 2 Park City theaters.
I think that Park City is a good place to have it because it's got room for growth, although they've got to upgrade their facilities there.
In 1989, Sundance screened the independent film Sex, Lies, and Videotape, and it would never be the same. Even though the spotlight was now on Sundance, as the film world looked for that next hit, Robert Redford reminded all that Sundance was still dedicated to the independent filmmaker.
The tendency is to really want to reach out and become the Cannes Film Festival, which I think is a big mistake. Once you do that, it's like opening chain restaurants. You begin to lose quality.
The festival changed its name to the Sundance Film Festival in 1991. Success meant a bigger festival, but also a bigger cost for the Sundance Institute.
We're not planning to do anything different. The programming, if you look at it, is staying exactly the way it was.
The festival now was in Salt Lake City as well as Park City, and 1994 saw the world premiere of the hit 4 Weddings and a Funeral at Sundance.
It gives us an opportunity to demonstrate that Utah is a world-class state.
There is no question that the state film folks couldn't have asked for more than Sundance. The crowds, the stars, and the parties were world famous. The State Film Commission threw this closing night party in 1994. The party was important, and I found it fun.
I can't buy a marketing event in Hollywood which will duplicate what I can show in my own state.
The state knew deals would be arranged over perfectly arranged appetizers. Yes, it was all part of Sundance. It was all part of Hollywood.
Herbal goat cheese?
Herbal goat cheese. From herbal goats?
From herbal goats. You're making it very difficult.
And in it all, there were still independent filmmakers doing what was their passion.
We played the white suburban couple who got murdered.
In what?
In Fresh.
And how'd the movie do?
It did well. We won a prize.
In looking at the history, one must respect Robert Redford and his vision. Oh, back to that first festival car. Well, at least there's some of the fancy stuff still on Main Street this year. Well, of course, the economy has taken a hit too. About a quarter of the festival crowd had never been to Utah before, but lots always came back after the experience, and each festival goer would spend $3,300 a day, and that's a lot more than a sack of popcorn at a double feature. It's big business gone this year.
Yeah, we did a story about this. Tens of millions of dollars economic impact from Sundance. Coat Hanger Massacre, though, probably a classic worth revisiting.
Certainly a classic.